Tonight, as the house grows quiet and the sounds of the day finally begin to fade, we come before God with honest hearts and a longing for peace. The rooms are still. The conversations have ended. The light in the hallway is soft, and the rhythm of the evening slows to a gentle calm. In this quiet space, we pause, we breathe, and we allow our souls to settle after a long day. The world outside continues moving, but here inside this home, we step into a moment of stillness, a moment where our thoughts can soften, our worries can loosen, and our hearts can rest in the presence of God. Lord, we thank you for this home, for the life that has been lived within these walls, for the memories that linger in every room, for the laughter that once echoed through the halls, and even for the tears that have quietly fallen in the night. This house has been a witness to our joys and our struggles, our hopes and our burdens, our prayers and our uncertainties. And tonight, as evening wraps itself gently around us, we ask you to fill this home with peace, not just a brief sense of calm, but a deep, steady peace that reaches the places inside us that feel tired, tense, or restless. Sometimes, when the noise of the day disappears, our thoughts grow louder. The mind replays conversations we wish had gone differently. Old memories rise to the surface. Worries about tomorrow begin to whisper. Questions linger in the corners of the heart, questions about health, about the future, about relationships, about the seasons of life that change more quickly than we expect. And yet, in this quiet moment, we choose not to push those thoughts away or carry them alone. Instead, we place them gently into your hands, Lord. We remember that your presence is here in the silence, that your peace is not fragile, and that even in the stillness of the night, we are not alone. We ask that you calm the restless places within us. Where the heart feels heavy, bring comfort. Where the spirit feels weary, bring renewal. Where worry has settled and refuses to let go, breathe reassurance and steady trust. Let your peace move slowly and gently through this home, like a soft evening breeze that touches every room, every hallway, every hidden corner of thought and emotion. Let this house become a place where the soul can finally exhale, where the weight of the day loosens its grip, and where quiet becomes a gift instead of a burden. Lord, you know every person who rests beneath this roof. You know the stories they carry, the roles they have fulfilled, the responsibilities they have held, the seasons of life they have walked through. Some are carrying unspoken fears they never found words for. Some are adjusting to change, to loss, or to the passing of time that feels both familiar and fragile. Some feel strong on the outside but tired on the inside. Some are steady and faithful, yet still aware of the quiet aches the heart holds with age and experience. Tonight, wrap each one in your compassion. Remind them gently that they are seen, they are valued, and they are still being held in your care. Help us release the tension we didn't realize we were carrying. Help our shoulders relax. Help our breathing slow. Help our thoughts become softer, lighter, and kinder toward ourselves. Teach us to let go of what we cannot control and to trust that even in uncertainty, your presence remains steady. Let this night be a time not of fear or restlessness, but of acceptance, trust, and quiet surrender. Let the silence of the house become a place of healing instead of worry, a place where peace slowly unfolds across the heart, like a warm blanket on a cool, quiet evening. We ask also, Lord, that you bring peace into the relationships within this home. Where there has been misunderstanding, bring clarity and gentleness. Where there has been distance, bring closeness and warmth. Where words once felt sharp, let new words begin to sound softer and kinder. Help us listen to one another with patience. Help us speak with tenderness. Help us hold one another's hearts with care. Let love become the atmosphere of this house, not loud, dramatic love, but quiet, steady, enduring love that grows stronger through time and compassion. And as the night deepens, we begin to loosen our grip on the day the mistakes we wish we had not made, the pressure we placed on ourselves, the expectations we could not meet, the things we wish had turned out differently. We place all of it, every thought, every memory, every unfinished emotion into your gentle and faithful hands. We choose to let the day be the day, and we allow the night to become a time of rest instead of regret. Tonight, we ask for peace. Peace over this home. Peace over every heart inside it. Peace over our thoughts, our emotions, and our sleep. A peace that does not disappear when morning comes. A peace that does not depend on circumstances. A peace that settles deep enough to stay, even when life feels uncertain or imperfect. A peace that reminds us we are safe, we are held, and we are never beyond the reach of your presence. And so we remain here in this quiet house, breathing slowly, resting gently, allowing the stillness to become holy, calming, and filled with grace. We do not rush. We do not force. We simply rest, knowing that peace does not arrive quickly or loudly, but softly, gradually, like nightfall over a peaceful home. As we remain in this quiet moment, we continue to rest in the stillness of this house, letting the calm of the night slowly settle over our thoughts. The world outside has faded into silence, and the rhythm of life has softened into a gentle hush. In this peaceful atmosphere, we begin to feel the difference between noise and quiet, between tension and release, between carrying the day and slowly letting it go. And as we sit here in this quiet house, we sense something deeper than silence. We sense a calmness that begins to reach the deeper places of the heart. There are moments in life when the quiet can feel unfamiliar. We spend so many days filled with movement, responsibility, conversation, and demand that when silence finally arrives, it almost feels unusual, as if we're not sure what to do with it or how to sit inside it. But tonight, instead of filling the silence, we allow it to become a place of rest. We allow it to hold us gently, like a soft evening light that doesn't ask anything from us, doesn't expect anything from us, and simply lets us be. In this quiet, we are reminded that we do not always need to fix, solve, or control everything around us. The day does not need to be relived. The past does not need to be rewritten. The future does not need to be figured out all at once. Here, in this still house, we are allowed to be human, allowed to feel tired, allowed to feel uncertain, allowed to carry questions without answers and yet still feel safe, still feel supported, still feel gently held. Lord, in this still moment, We ask that you bring peace to the places inside us that rarely slow down, the thoughts that run in circles, the worries that return again and again, the quiet fears that sit beneath the surface. We ask that you soften them, not by force, not by pressure, but by comfort, the kind of comfort that steadies the heart, the kind that reassures us that we are not walking through life alone, that we are not abandoned to our own strength, that even here in the quiet, your presence remains near. Help us recognize that peace does not mean the absence of struggle, but the presence of calm in the middle of it. Help us understand that strength is not always loud or forceful. Sometimes it is simply the courage to rest, to breathe, to trust that we do not have to carry everything ourselves. Let this quiet house remind us that life is not measured only by productivity or accomplishment, but also by the moments when we slow down enough to notice our own hearts, to acknowledge our own emotions, and to allow kindness to reach inward. We think about the years that have passed, the seasons this home has seen, the chapters of life that have unfolded beneath this roof. There have been seasons of joy and celebration, seasons of change and uncertainty, seasons of loss, growth, and quiet resilience. And through each one, we have continued, we have endured, we have learned how to stand, even when the heart felt unsteady. Tonight, we honor that journey. We honor the strength it has taken to come this far. We honor the courage that still lives within us, even on the nights when we feel tired or fragile. In this quiet house, we give ourselves permission to feel, not to hide emotion, not to rush past it, but to acknowledge where we are, honestly and gently. If the heart feels heavy, we let it rest. If the soul feels weary, we allow it to breathe. If memories rise, we allow them to pass through softly, without judgment, without regret, simply recognizing that they are part of the story we have lived, but they do not need to define the peace we are invited to experience tonight. We ask that this house continue to be a place of gentleness, a place where mistakes are met with understanding, where imperfections are met with grace, where aging, change, and vulnerability are not seen as weakness, but as part of being real, part of being human, part of living a life that has truly been felt and experienced. Help us soften the voice inside that is too hard on us, the one that critiques, that compares, that insists we should always be stronger, faster, or more capable than we feel. Replace that voice with patience, with acceptance, with compassion toward ourselves. Remind us that it is okay to rest, okay to slow down, okay to need quiet, okay to allow peace to enter not as an achievement, but as a gift. And as we sit in this calm evening atmosphere, we notice how the room feels softer, how the air feels still, how the weight we carried earlier in the day feels lighter than before. We may not even be able to explain why, but something within the heart is slowly beginning to unclench, slowly beginning to loosen, slowly beginning to rest. We begin to feel safe enough to let go a little more, safe enough to stop holding everything so tightly, safe enough to trust that we can place our concerns into hands bigger than our own. In this quiet house, peace does not rush. It does not demand. It arrives gently, gradually, layer by layer, as if settling softly like evening light across the walls and corners of the room. And so we stay here a little longer, breathing slowly, listening to the stillness, allowing our hearts to grow calmer, our minds quieter, our spirits more at ease. The night does not feel empty, it feels peaceful. The house does not feel silent, it feels safe. And our souls do not feel burdened, they feel carried. We do not hurry the moment. We do not rush into tomorrow. We remain here in the quiet house, letting peace continue its gentle work inside us. As the night settles more deeply around this quiet house, we continue to rest in this calm and gentle space, allowing the stillness to sink a little further into the heart. The rooms feel peaceful now. The air feels softer. The weight of the day feels lighter than it did before. And in this quiet moment, we begin to understand that peace is not something we force. It is something we allow. It is something that arrives when we finally stop resisting, finally stop tightening our grip, and simply let ourselves be here present, safe, and gently held. There comes a time in every day when the heart no longer needs to keep carrying everything it carried earlier, when we no longer need to think through every detail, replay every conversation, or worry about every possible outcome. Tonight is that time. Tonight is the moment when we step back from the effort of trying to manage every thought and every feeling, and we choose instead to rest, to trust, to release what we cannot control into something greater than ourselves. In this quiet house, we acknowledge the truth that life is fragile and beautiful all at once. We acknowledge that we have lived through seasons we did not expect, moments we did not plan for, and chapters that shaped us in ways we never imagined. And yet here we are, still standing, still breathing, still learning how to care for our hearts, still learning how to let peace have a place in our lives, even after all we have walked through. Tonight, we give ourselves permission to let go of the pressure to be strong all the time. We allow ourselves to be human, to be tender, to be honest about the fact that sometimes we feel uncertain. Sometimes we feel tired in ways that go beyond the body. Sometimes we carry quiet aches that words cannot fully describe. And instead of hiding those feelings or pushing them away, we let them rest here, gently, safely in this peaceful night. We remember that strength is not always found in endurance or effort. Sometimes strength is found in softness, in the willingness to slow down, in the courage to say, I don't have to hold everything right now. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to rest, to allow the heart to loosen, the mind to quiet, and the spirit to exhale without fear. In this moment, we also think of the people we love, the ones who share this home, the ones who once lived here, the ones whose presence remains in our memories even if they are no longer physically near. We hold them gently in our thoughts. We release the worries we have carried for them. We trust that love remains, connection remains, and that care does not disappear with distance or time. We allow peace to surround not only our own hearts, but the hearts of those we love wherever they may be tonight. We reflect on how life has taught us to hold on, to persevere, to stay steady, even through change and uncertainty. And now, in this season, we are learning a different kind of wisdom, the wisdom of letting go, of trusting the moment, of allowing peace to find us instead of chasing it. This quiet house becomes a place where that wisdom can settle in, not as a lesson spoken loudly, but as a gentle understanding that grows quietly within the soul. We notice how the silence no longer feels empty, it feels full of calm. We notice how the night no longer feels heavy, it feels comforting, still, and calm. We notice how the heart, which once felt tense, now feels quieter, softer, more at ease. The worries that once felt sharp have softened at the edges. The thoughts that once moved quickly now drift more slowly, calmly, like leaves floating across a still pond. And as our bodies grow tired, we allow them to rest without guilt. We allow sleep to become an act of trust. Trust that the world can continue without our effort. Trust that tomorrow will come in its time. Trust that we do not need to hold everything together through the night. We release the idea that rest is unproductive, and we embrace the truth that rest is care. Rest is renewal. Rest is a quiet gift we give to the heart, mind, and spirit. We let this home be covered in peace, as if an invisible blanket of calm has been gently placed over every room, every doorway, every quiet space. We let stillness remain, not as silence to fear, but as comfort to welcome. We allow the night to cradle us, steady, safe, and gentle, reminding us that we are allowed to stop, allowed to breathe, allowed to be still. We remind ourselves that tomorrow does not need to arrive in our minds before it arrives in time. We do not rush ahead into worries that do not belong to this moment. Instead, we stay here, in this quiet house, where peace is enough, where this gentle night is enough, where simply resting is enough. And as the final thoughts of the day drift further into the distance, we hold on to a simple awareness that even in silence, we are cared for. Even in stillness, we are supported. Even in rest, we are deeply safe. The house grows quieter, the night grows softer, and the heart grows calm. We breathe slowly, we release gently, we rest deeply, and in this quiet house, we allow peace to remain. And as this quiet night continues, if your heart is still seeking peace, if you feel the need for more calm, more reassurance, more rest for your soul, you are welcome to stay with us for the next prayer. Let this moment of peace continue. Let your heart remain gentle. Let your spirit stay at ease. Our next night prayer will guide you even deeper into peace, comfort, and restful sleep softly, slowly, and with the same calm presence you feel right now. If you're not ready to leave this moment yet, you can simply stay, breathe, and move with us into the next prayer of peace for the night.